Hello everybody, Andy here, or as you may know me, Glass Half Dead. The big Glasso, if you will. Literally, you can Google it, literally the #1 Kill Team channel on the internet. Don't Google that though, just like, yeah, don't actually do that. So, GW, Warhammer, the YouTube channel recently put out what I have probably termed a battle report for hobbyists. And I want to talk about it because I think it's quite interesting that they've done this. And because as far as I'm aware, it's the first time they've done a video like this. And I think it's actually very interesting. Don't worry though, my kill teamers. If you're only here for that, the objective facts, the raw, the cold, the hard, the numbers, the algebra, the shapes, you could argue. We all love some geometry. I will give you that good and hard straight away. But then I'm just going to wax lyrical about this as a concept and how I think it's actually very cool. And then I'm also going to criticize GW because that I can't just put out a video and say GW is good, right? That'd be that would be literal internet suicide. So, I don't think I can say suicide within the first minute. That's awkward. That's awkward. Well, I guess nobody's going to watch this video as YouTube, the algorithm is now going to not push this. No matter. My channel's already dead. Wow. So basically they did this video here. It's called 5 Days to Paint Our Kill Teams Intermediate. I only just saw that word. Who knows what intermediate means? It's these two Warhammer TV presenter people who I believe, just FYI, because I've been to Warhammer World, I think they are also just people that work in the shop there. I don't think they're like, we have hired you to be presenters. I think they're legit just, hey, we pay you minimum wage to work in the Warhammer studio, like the Warhammer shop at Warhammer World. Do you want to do this? And they're like, are you telling me I get 5 days of not having to do that? Then yes, sign me up. So I thought it was very interesting. First things first, let's get to the facts, the straight hard factual numbers, which is what's behind them. So what we see behind them, and I could have sworn we already saw this. Let me swap to this for you. This is the new packaging for Kill Team. So this is interesting because in my head, I had already thought that we saw it because, of course, we saw the Hivestorm box, which is nice. And we've also seen the new logo designs. But in my head, I had just already kind of transposed that new visual design onto existing updates and packaging. But here behind us, we actually get to see it. So if you were out there wondering, I want to buy Into the Dark, how do I do that? I have to buy a boarding actions box, which is 2 sets of Into the Dark. I don't really want to do that. Or where's Beta Decima? Mate, that's in stock everywhere because nobody wanted to buy it. So you just buy that. This is the new packaging. Clearly we're getting Into the Dark and we're getting Beta Decima re-released, and that's very cool. The only question I have here is Into the Dark. Are we going to get the upgrade sprues? Because you know what? They had some really cool upgrade sprues throughout the Into the Dark season. Are we going to be able to buy them ever? Or was that just their fun fluffy thing, and that is now their FOMO from each of these quarterly boxes? But if you miss that quarterly box, it's gone forever, even though they've then since released missions like in boarding actions and in Kill Team books that use it, but they're like, nope, you missed it. We're done with that. That'd be a shame, but it is what it is. Ditto for Beta Decima. I didn't really like the Beta Decima terrain, so I shan't talk on it too much, but I actually did quite like the second piece of terrain that they gave us, like that big block. I thought that was very cool. I didn't like the first and the third though, so cringe. But there you go. So what's going to be in those boxes, or are they just the standard issue? This is 1 set of boarding actions and 1 Beta Decima, and that's it. Don't know. Cool. Let's quickly go back to look at this now. Okay, there you go. So that's interesting. We can now actually confirm that yes, we are getting a full kind of graphical redesign. Nice. Praise Jesus. Love to see it. I say Jesus as in I'm in Spain, so people are just called Jesus. That's a normal name here. Right. Okay, that's that done. If you just wanted the cold hard facts, we're done with that. 2 more things. Firstly, the death of Warhammer TV. Warhammer Plus, I mean. Like, this is, in my opinion, really good hobby content. Guys, you know me, you know I hate hobby. I legit can't stand it. The worst thing that I could think of in the world is watching somebody telling me how to paint something in a new way, and I'm like, you want me to spend more time doing this? Hard pass. Put a, you know, put. I'm 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 taking a snack out of the end of that barrel. You know, like that's not for me. However, I think if you're into hobby, this is really fun. I like this. I think this is premium content, like for hobbyists. Yes, hobbyists, of course, are awash, a flush with, hey, here's how to blend, here's how to stipple, here's how to rub your nipples. I don't know. I don't know what hobbyists do, if I'm honest. It's kind of beyond me, and that's fine. I want it to be beyond me. It's cringe, if I'm honest. Painting models, ugh. But um, you've got lots of that. You've got so many channels telling you how to do that. And then you have the further piece of those channels where you do kind of projects, and it's a diorama scale. It's, hey, we bought the biggest thing you can buy, and we're gonna get our money's worth out of it by doing lots of stuff. It's like, okay, cool, that's fun as well. I like that because it's something that you probably would never do yourself. It's not something you're doing on a regular basis. It's like, it's kind of aspirational, like, hey, if you have nothing else, if you have the time, you can do this, but it doesn't give you, you know, you get it. And this is, in my opinion, a really interesting third type of hobby content. Again, would I watch it? I would be more likely to watch this than any other type of hobby content, because this isn't really focused on the hobby. It is a discussion between two people as they say, hey, I'm thinking of doing this with these models, and then, you know, cut 30 seconds later, oh, I did that, and that's fine. And that's cool, you know, because it's basically a discussion, and I can almost pretend they're doing something else and not painting. And so you're just having two people kind of throwing out their thoughts about painting, and then you get to immediately see the result. And I think that's quite interesting. So this is premium content, in my opinion. And if you think about what GW has done with premium content, what have they done? They've put it behind a paywall, their own streaming service, Warhammer Plus. And this isn't there. And I'm like, G-dubs, pick a lane. Is everything behind a paywall and that's how you access it? Correct answer should be no, but whatever. GW, you know, whatever. They're still putting battle reports behind a paywall. They're still putting their masterclass stuff behind a paywall. They're still putting lots of content behind a paywall. Lots is a stretch. I apologize. I don't want to make you think there's actually something worth paying there. But like, there's a lot behind that paywall, but not this. And I think this is legitimately probably one of the better things they've done, especially for hobbyists, which is the biggest market. Cringe losers like myself that want to watch like mechanics and battle reports, you know, is that premium? I don't know, but you're locking stuff behind premium there. There are more people that would probably pay to see this than anything else, partly because not many channels are doing this. And this is edited as well as they would edit a battle report, but it's not a battle report, it's about the hobby. There are far more hobbyists than players, etc., etc. So it's just a little bit confusing messaging from GW about what they actually think you should be paying for. You shouldn't be paying for GW's animations. I'm just going to throw that out there. They're not worth it. I think their battle reports are actually good if you like that kind of battle report. I think they're well done. I wouldn't pay for them. I do pay for them. I just don't watch them. So I'm smart. However, the next thing I want to talk about, that was just me having a gripe about GW having confusing messaging regarding Warhammer Plus, and they're not hiding all their premium content, so they don't know what the balls they're doing with Warhammer Plus, clearly. But let's talk about this content. This was really interesting. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Again, I don't watch hobby. I don't watch people painting. I have zero interest in that. But I do like community. I do like people that are into Warhammer. I do like these things. This is interesting. They talk a little bit about the fluff and the lore of their teams. They say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And then you get to see, because of editing, 30 seconds, a minute later, they've done that. Nothing ever went wrong for them, but that's fine. You wouldn't expect it to. And I think I just liked this content. I could watch more of this from Warhammer. Or from any other channel. So, hey, if you watch this video from them, it's like 20 minutes or something. And you're like, Andy, actually, they've literally just copied this exact format from these 3 channels. Drop those channel names in the comments, because I will probably watch those. Let's be clear. In my mind, this is a battle report for hobbyists, okay? I'm not asking for a 7-hour podcast, okay? I've already got those channels. I know those channels. I sometimes listen to them. I sometimes don't. They're skippable. But sometimes they're good. Sometimes they're bad. It depends what I'm doing. But this is like fast edited, high production quality. Really interesting, I think. This is the kind of content that when Hivestorm, that's what it's called, right? Yeah, releases, if some of the content creators have gone ahead and done this, the hobbyists, instead of just showing off, oh, this is how I converted a model. It's like, all right, cool. But if they actually go ahead and do this and like do a hobby battle report, if you will, I'd watch that. I think it's really interesting. I would like to see, if I'm honest, more drama. I want things to go wrong. And also, I would actually like to see different paint styles. So that is my one criticism of this. These were just 2 people who are, good at painting. I'm not criticizing their skills at all. But they both just painted in a standard base layer highlight way. It would be quite fun if we had kind of one person doing it kind of traditional, like hobbyist level, one person doing it contrast. That's me. Guys, give me a call. I'm all contrast. Lads, I would smash this in a day and have 4 days off. Let's not kid ourselves, okay? And then maybe one kind of doing like a bit of an avant-garde style, something a little bit out there. Maybe going hard on NMM, or like only dry brushing or only airbrushing, like something that is, they don't expect you to do this, but this is a way of doing it. Like, I think they could really make something of this format that you'd be able to learn, and you'd be able to see the result, how it goes from point A to point B, and how it happens in comparison to others. Legitimately, I thought this was really quite fun to watch. But it would have been nice to see a bit more diversity in paint styles, to clarify. And yeah, there you go. I thought this was quite fun. That's all I really wanted to say. So what do you think about my ridiculous concept of a battle report for hobbyists? There you go. Not narrative, no mechanics, just 2 people painting. Yeah. Obviously, when it comes to... The reason I think this is so good is, again, because I don't like hobby and painting and such. But I found it interesting. So, for example, at one point, I think the guy, Ollie, said, oh no, I just remembered I have 48 eyes to paint. And I was either like, mate, that's like an eye's a dot of paint. What are you talking about? There's no challenge in 48 of anything's a long time, sure, but you have 5 days. That's not even something to complain about. Now, I don't know. You never really got like a good final picture of it, kind of. So I don't know if he did like a full lens effect, like eye and then like 3 highlights into, kind of thing with the reflection. If he did, it did not come across in the picture. I didn't see it. But yeah, there you go. Whatever. Cool. I thought, there you go. Let me know what you think. Is this interesting to you? Or am I just having a weird one and I'm just thinking it's interesting when it's clearly not? Let me know, because I'm interested. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. And let me know what you think after. Cool. Okay. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you for the next Kill Team reveal. Revealiario. Very Spanish.